Hello everyone, myself Bharti Rai. I am the Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering Department of JIS College of Engineering. It is situated at Kalyani, Hognadia district in West Bengal. Today I am going to discuss about the illumination engineering and it is lecture 2. So generally this subject is taught in the 4th year, 7th semester of BTech and the subject code is E702C and credit is 4. But the subject is also taught in fifth sem of third year diploma syllabus. Before we go into the topics, the prerequisites are knowledge of light and concept of vision. So light has the velocity that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. In the ancient age, human activities are revolves round by the sunrise and sunset. But nowadays, without artificial light, we cannot do anything because for a particular time only we get the sunlight. When light enters in a prism, it is split into 7 colors, that is visual: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Light has some properties like reflection, refraction, etc. And prerequisite of number 2 is concept of vision. By vision, we can visualize anything, we can detect the object by its shape, its size, its color, and other characteristics. So, for illumination engineering, concept of light and vision both are important. Now, I am going to the course objective. First one is the need of good illumination. Next one is define good illumination, and the third one is utility and conservation of electrical energy. Due to the outcome-based education system, illumination engineering course has some course outcomes by which students will be able to understand the need for good illumination and learning, physics behind various luminous sources, other terms and unit. They will be able to apply the laws of illumination, understand the measurement of light by using photometry. They will analyze the working principle of various electric light sources and their operating characteristics. They will be able to design and lighting calculations, design of energy efficient lighting systems for energy conservation and maintenance of lighting system. First is glare. Glare is a difficulty of seeing in the presence of bright light such as direct or reflected sunlight or artificial light such as car headlamps at night. Because of this, some cars include include mirrors with automatic anti-glare functions. Glare by definition, brightness within the field of vision that causes discomfort, annoyance, interference, and eye fatigue. Here you can see the headlight of a car is glowing and the background is darker than the light. So if anyone is present in that situation, then he can feel eye fatigue because it reduces the visibility of an object. This is the common fault of lighting installations. Glare is experienced when lamps, windows, luminaries, other areas are brighter than general brightness in the environment. Next, effects of glare. Glare can injure the eye, it can disturb the nervous system, also causes annoyance, discomfort and fatigue. Because when unwanted light enter in the eye, then our cornea can be contracted, and for that discomfort and fatigue can be happened. So if you cannot see anything, then our efficiency of work will be reduced automatically and interferes with clear vision. For that reason, risk of accident can be increased. Next, types of glare. So glare may be direct and reflected. Direct glare results from bright luminaire in the field of vision. Direct glare minimize how? Direct glare minimization or avoidance is possible by mounting luminaries well above the line of vision or field of vision. And of course, limit both the brightness and light flux. Next, another type of glare is reflected glare. It arises due to reflection of such a source from a glossy surface. It is more annoying than direct glare. So how it can be avoided? If the glossy surface is changed as matte, then it can be avoided. That means by using appropriate interiors, it can be avoided. Besides it, there is another glare that is called discomfort glare. That is the sensation of annoyance or even pain induced by overly bright sources. Now, the question is how to reduce glare. If we use reflectors with 20-degree cutoff angle at horizontal, then we can reduce the glare. Next, not locating luminaires in forbidden zone and increase height of light. If we increase the height of light, then we get a large surface area for luminaire. That's why we can say that it can be reduces the glare. Next, color. Color is a very familiar word to all of us because human eye can perceive an object by its color and also by other characteristics. The basic elements in color perception are source of illumination, object illuminated, and detector that recognizes color by the reflected light from the object. It is well known that human eye perceives between 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer as visible light because it is called as visible spectrum. And human eye has two types of cells. One is cone cell and another one is rod cell. Cone cell is responsible for color discrimination and rod cell is responsible for black and white and gray appearance. So radiation of source is characterized by the spectral power distribution, which affects the color of the illuminated object by way of shift in color under different types of lamps. Under normal vision, a person can discriminate 2 million hues or colors. Now in the right side you can see there are main three colors, which are called as red, blue and green. Red, blue and green. These three primary colors are present here, and by these three, overlapping these three, another three colors are created, that is magenta, yellow and cyan. And in the middle, white color is appeared. So primary blue color has shorter wavelength, primary red color has longer wavelength, and primary green color has medium wavelength. Next, additive and subtractive color mixing. So what is additive color mixing? Here you can see the primary colors red, green and blue, and they are overlapping. By this overlapping, yellow, cyan and magenta color will be appeared, and in the middle portion is white color. Next, subtractive color mixing. It is the color of mixing where if we illuminate color filters with white light, then the primary colors will be magenta, cyan and yellow. Also at the center, black color is appeared. Next, there are three types of color are present. So first one is source color. It has a characteristic by which an observer distinguishes patches of light of same shape and size. Next, perceived color. It is perceived as object color. This is a result of object characteristics being direction and adaptation of the observer. And last one is object color. Light reflected, transmitted or absorbed by a source when exposed to radiation from a standard light source. Normally, selective absorption of light results in object color. Next, Young-Helmholtz theory states that within our eye, teeny cells are present that can receive waves of light and translate them into one of three colors, that is blue, green and red. These three colors are the primary colors and they can be combined to create the entire visible spectrum of light as we can see it. That's the trichromatic theory of vision. Next, colorimetry. Colorimetry is the science of correlating color to human perception. In colorimetry, the quantification of color is based on three-component theory of color vision, and which states that human eye possesses receptors for three primary colors, that is red, green and blue. All colors are seen as mixture of these three primary colors. In colorimetry, these components are referred to as XYZ coordinates. Colorimeters, based on this theory of color perception, employ three photocells as receptors to see color in much the same way as the human eye. Next, color rendering index, that is also called as CRI. Color rendering is the property of making color appearance of objects under the source when compared to color under reference light conditions. This reference condition would no doubt be the conditions under natural daylight conditions. In the right side, you can see color rendering index scale, where 0 to 55 is the poor coloring rendering index, 60 to 85 is the good color rendering index, 90 to 100 is the excellent color rendering index. So 60 to 85 good color rendering index is present in the daylight situation. That means CRI is very important to assess the color appearance due to a radiation from a source. In this figure, you can see four apples are present. So first one has CRI of 100, next one has a CRI of 90, third one has CRI of 80, and last one has CRI of 70. That means continuously CRI is decreasing. So in lower CRI, that is 70 CRI, and another highest CRI is 100 here. So in between four apples, we can get that the same object but appearance is different. That means CRI is very important because color appearance of object under the source when compared to color under reference lighting conditions, that is very important. Okay, so basically these are the topics for today. These are the reference books. Thank you. Lecture 2 is completed.